We're back for more Skyrim. So last video, the audio cut out at the very end, towards, I don't know, like the last 10 minutes. My voice was still there, but all you could hear was, me and this, which, shut up, Jerome, which I assume wouldn't be too interesting. So in the event that, it does cut off, because, I don't know, that's all that happened. And I killed people at a bandit place because I wanted to avoid them. That's what this came down to. Anyway, we're, I don't know, returning the quest. Yeah, we're looking for Ayala. Who's Ayala? Top 10 questions scientists still can't answer.
I've been running interference for you. Have you been bringing the battle to the Silver Hand, friend?
That's right.
I wish I could be there with you. Soon enough. Excellent. Looks like you've really driven them into hiding. Keep this up. We'll wipe them out yet.
Why are you giving me, like, no money?
And there is more work to be done. But I fear that Kodlak's gotten wind of our recent efforts. He's asked to see you. My advice, always be honest with the old man. But don't tell him anything he doesn't need to know.
So lie to him. That's good. Thank you, Ayala. Do you think he was always called White Mane? You know? Because, I mean, obviously that's in reference to his hair, but do you think he was, like, always had, like, white hair? Do you think it was just, like, extreme blondness? Where's your Marin? There he is. Kodlak! I don't have any clothes on. Ah, see, I lied to you.
Thank you for coming.
You wanted to see me, bud?
Yes, youngling. Have a seat.
Seating is against my religion. I'm sorry, sir. I don't believe in seats. Why your dogs hate me? Why do my companions hate me? I don't know.
I hear you've been busy of late.
Yep, I work for our honor.
Lad, I know what you've been up to.
Yep, I know.
Mind you, it's no business of mine what each companion does in the name of honor. But this sneaking around, it does not befit warriors of your standing.
I'm not sneaking.
Ayala knows better, and so should you. In any case, I have a task for you. Have you heard the story of how we came to be werewolves?
Nope, I was just made a werewolf and, fucking nobody told me anything. Skjor says it was a blessing from your boy, Hircine.
Aye, that sounds like him. As in all matters of faith, though, the reality is more complicated than one believer would tell you. The companions are nearly 5,000 years old. This matter of beast blood has only troubled us for a few hundred. One of my predecessors was a good but short-sighted man. He made a bargain with the witches of Glenmoral Coven. If the companions would hunt in the name of their lord Hircine, we would be granted great power. They did not believe the change would be permanent. The witches offered payment, like anyone else. But we had been deceived. The witches didn't lie, of course. But it's more than our bodies. The disease, you see, affects not just our bodies. It seeps into the spirit. Upon death, werewolves are claimed by Hircine for his hunting grounds. For some, this is a paradise. They want nothing more than to chase prey with their master for eternity. And that is their choice. But I am still a true Nord, and I wish for Sovngarde as my spirit home. That's what I've spent my twilight years trying to find out. And now I've found the answer. The witch's magic ensnared us, and only their magic can release us. They won't give it willingly, but we can extract their foul powers by force. I want you to seek them out. Go to their coven in the wilderness. Strike them down as a true warrior of the wild. And bring me their heads, the seat of their abilities. From there, we may begin to undo centuries of impurity. You shall have no shield, brother, this time. But the spirit of Ysgramor goes with you to restore the honor of his legacy. Talos guide you, lad. Some nights I dream about the mists of Sovngarde.
There are definitely worse places in the realms of Oblivion than Hircine's realm. I feel like. I don't know. Doesn't seem too bad. All you're doing is hunting the whole time. Like, that's... Thank you, Telma. It doesn't seem that bad, to me. I don't know. I mean, just the thought of just it being a massive forest, which I think if my mind remembers me correctly, and I might be getting this mixed up with, can I talk to AL about this?
I hope the hunting goes well, brother. We've got cowards on their heels.
I might be wrong about this. I might be confusing it with Clavicus Vile's realm, but I think there's even like a city. I don't know. It doesn't seem too bad to me, you know? All you're doing is hunting. You're just having a great time. I'm pretty sure the only snippet that we got of the hunting grounds comes from the cursed game ESO. A game that could have been so much more. Really could have, but ultimately sucked. Ugh. I sunk a lot of time into that game. And, what was it? I think it was either freshman or... No, I think it was freshman year of high school. I did suck a lot of hours into that game. It could have been a great game. It really could have been. It's still something that kind of like haunts me in a very deep way. Because they were on the cusp of greatness. They were this close. Knife point would probably be a little bit easier. They were really on the cusp. They really could have made a genuinely really good MMO experience in the Elder Scrolls world. They were very close. I think when the game was released, ultimately, and I think I've mentioned this a few times in this series, regardless, I think now, especially since we have a more recent event, a recent game in the Elder Scrolls universe that's, you know, in the 21st century, really, that doesn't count as, like, Oblivion Mobile. You really can't go into an Elder Scrolls game like you did the previous. You really can't. They are all fundamentally different games. They really are. You can't. They're just different by their very nature. Skyrim is a fundamentally different game from Oblivion, and the Elder Scrolls 6 will be fundamentally different from Skyrim. As a result, I think many people will look down upon it. And I think even as a person who prefers Oblivion to Morrowind and Skyrim and ESO, these are still games that can be appreciated regardless. This is where I shot that one Skyrim machinima, the Druidism video for my class I had in high school. Anywho, and it can be appreciated. Like, I like Skyrim. You know, it's not a great game on its own. It's not pretty good as an Elder Scrolls game, but it's not, you know, some god tier game. And I think people are fundamentally going to approach the Elder Scrolls 6 wrong. Skyrim players will absolutely abhor the Elder Scrolls 6, I think. Assuming they don't go into the game with this sort of mindset that it will be a different game. You know, and regardless of whether you think that's a right or wrong choice, where did this arrow come from? Oh, there's a dead hunter. Okay. It's just gonna be a different game. You know, like, I prefer Oblivion to all the other Elder Scrolls games, you know. Do I hate Skyrim? God, no. Do I hate ESO? I think because of, there we go, of what it is now in its current state. I don't care for it. At the first release, again, I think a lot of people went into it expecting Skyrim with multiplayer. But ESO was still a pretty good game at launch. Ultimately, they created a lot of bugs. And then they wanted to completely do away with the single-player experience that they were also trying to force feed. So now you had entire zones where you had to, and I'm thinking of Craglorn, I think the name was the zone, first zone ever released. They released it, and it could only be done with larger groups of people. And by that time, a lot of my friends had moved on from the game. And so really, I didn't have many people to do these dungeons with. I would ultimately like to pick up the game again.
That is a Glenmoral witch. She looks like a hag raven. Are you sure we have the right thing?
And Martin's being a moron.
Victory is ours. I've always wanted to say that.
That was easy. Oh, they do remove the head. Let's wipe out these liberals. You know, a lot of my friends have moved on from the game, and it was really just hard to find other people. I would like to pick up the game ultimately again. It's still supposed to have content until 2020, and as of speaking right now, 2018, halfway through June. It's still going to have content for 2 more years. And so I'd like to pick it up. I really would. I would like to just start over again and just have a grand old time. Will I be able to? Who knows. But I guess we'll see. It's something that I can only sink time into during the summer, and it's the summer right now, and it's another Witcher sword, I think. It certainly looks like one. Let's find out. Yep. Oh no, this is from. Oh wait, no. I think that is the Witcher stuff. Oh, it even says what the model is. I keep forgetting about that. I think that's it. I could be wrong. Yeah, it is. And it's a great sword too. I would like to pick up the game again, though. I don't really know how I would do it. I only have one friend, and that's Jack, who would even be interested in playing the game with me, And it can certainly be hard. I would like to experience it, if only really for the story. I think I've talked about this before, but the only good storyline came from the Daggerfall Covenant. It was the only one that had a really consistent story that the writers were trying to tell throughout. And then ultimately, Ebonheart Pact was absolutely atrocious. It really was. It was bad. The story was abhorrent. It was just... there was no consistency in the writing. It was all over the place. Yeah, I thought we already had this. It was just, the writing was everywhere. There was no consistent story being told. It was just not good. Aldmeri's, I think their first, 2 or 3 zones were okay. Auradon was good. I loved Auradon. Auradon was awesome. I would like to see what the Somerset Isles DLC is like, but you look at, it... Ultimately, a lot of these zones didn't have a lot of interconnectivity. With the Daggerfall Covenant, I at least felt that there was some greater story being told. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. And I could be wrong. I felt like at the time it was just not a good story being told. But, again, whatever. But I guess that's just my little mini rant. Just as a person who's watching this video, just for your own knowledge and for your own sake, for everybody's sake, don't go into the Elder Scrolls 6 expecting Skyrim 2. Just don't. It's going to be a different game from it. It just will be, no matter what you do. Okay, we've cleared this place out. Alright. I think the body just... Oh no, there's the body. Just don't go into the game expecting Skyrim 2. Just expect going into a game that obviously is set in the Elder Scrolls universe, but is going to play really differently from Skyrim. Todd Howard himself says that he doesn't even want to give any hints about what the gameplay is going to be like. It's going to be so hard to imagine because, they need next-gen technology and everything. So it's going to be different. It's going to be different, absolutely. And expect that. It could be something just so out there that we, right now, just can't even imagine what it's like. And I think, it'll take some people by surprise, for one. Absolutely. It'll make other people hate it and make other people love it. As a person, I think, linearly, gameplay, speaking in general, I'm talking about combat here, I think combat does get better with every iteration of an Elder Scrolls game. We're not counting ESO here. The problem with that is that although the physical combat, the sword and shield, axe, great axe, two-handed, whatever, that does get better with every game. I think nobody would deny that unless you love the dice rolling of Morrowind for whatever reason. God help you. I've tried to get into Morrowind several times. I just can't get into that dice rolling combat. That being said, the spells don't increase linearly. I think, because I've spent a lot of time with Oblivion and Skyrim, I think this is the more apt one. Oblivion's spell system is different from Skyrim. Now, I think Skyrim did some things right with the spell system. I think being able to go sword and spell in one hand is great. I love the ability to combine spells, like this, and just have a more powerful spell. Like, that's cool. The issue with that is a few things. First of all, you can't combine, let's say, Frost Rune and Fireball. You can't. The two aren't compatible. Or you can't mix elements and create a better spell. Like, that's a problem. You can also make the argument as to whether the player should be able to fail spellcasting. I don't care either way, to be honest. I think there's merits to both ways. Or having a skill level.
They finally had the nerve to attack
Oh.
Yorvasker. We got most of them, but I think a few stragglers made it out. The Silver Hand. They finally
These two
had the
aren't
nerve
a
to
problem
attack.
anymore.
We got
These two aren't a problem anymore.
finally had the nerve to attack.
So sad. Can we hit 5 likes on this video?
Where have you been?
I was doing Kodlak's bidding.
I hope it was important, because it means you weren't here to defend him. The Silver Hand. They finally found enough courage to attack Yorvasker. We fought them off, but the old man, Kodlak, he's dead. No, but they made off with all our fragments of Wuthrad. But you and I are going to reclaim them.
Okay.
We will bring the battle to their chief camp. There will be none left living to tell their stories. Only songs of Yorvasker will be sung. We will avenge Kodlak, and they will know terror before the end.
That was good. Oops.
We're going to make them pay. Until next time.
Big rip. Thank you. Big rip Kodlak. Oh, I can't even take his stuff. Oh, it's only optional to wipe out the Silver Hand? Hold on, what? Oh. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think the spell system of Oblivion was really good. I think, I don't know, I don't really care for the idea of how Oblivion said, oh, you need to be, you either wouldn't have enough magic to cast a spell. I do like that, that's certainly reasonable. But the skill level check, I don't know. See, the thing with that skill level check is that I specifically remember going to Coral. It was one of the first cities I went in the game, aside from the Imperial City. I would go in there, I would go to the Conjuration place, and I would just spend maybe 20 minutes constantly conjuring Summon Daedra, and just keep doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again until I got the certain level to conjure Daedroth or whatever. And that was just kind of more annoying, but that's just something I can remember off the top of my head. But Oblivion also had spellcrafting, which Skyrim lacks for literally whatever reason. I also think that with Oblivion, forcing the player to be able to enchant was probably a good move. It was this very expected sort of thing. If you wanted to enchant, you had to go to the... Wait. Oh, you're not, like, a real person. Was anyone else killed?
I can't believe the old wolf is dead.
It's Took you a while.
You lead, I'll follow.
So what now?
I'm right.
Maybe I should tell you to transform by yourself, actually. That'd be cool.
Alright.
Oh, nobody else important was killed. Oh. Laura, are you, like, real? No, you're not. What key was it? 0? Nope, it was... There we go. I'm just gonna check the bodies here. I think the vampire attacks do stop when you do Dawn Guard. I could be wrong here. Traveler, Sigrid, Master Vampire, Goat. I know, top 10 anime betrayals. Am I right?
What do you need?
I assume that NPC respawns. Health, negative 191. What the fuck? Oh yeah. I think Oblivion's spellcrafting system and enchanting system was probably better because it rewarded the player. That's what I'm trying to get at. I know I'm getting a little bit sidetracked with seeing everything and random NPCs just fucking showing up. I don't know. Ow. That's a big piece of lasagna.
Is someone there?
No. Well, that's all you guys. It's very pretty here. Hey, it's Caranthier. I should be able to see the AHO. Oh, maybe not from the spot. Yeah, it's right over there. Yeah, so we actually can. Oh, hi Zora.
I would love to, my dashing prince. Here you are, a home-cooked meal.
I love when that happens. I love when my werewolf just... I don't want to kiss you when you're in that form, Zora. Lucas, how you feeling?
To make them pay.
I love that helmet.
All right.
I don't know, I think in Skyrim there really wasn't a lot of great things to happen when you finished guild questline. With, obviously, major exceptions. I don't think anything has, like, anything too important here, so let's go into beast mode. Beast mode, I know, I'm sorry. That's a cursed image. Okay, Zora, you do that. Hello? Yes, actually. Oh, sweet. We got a new perk. Is anything like good here? I don't really have any of the totems, and I don't really care about getting them, so... Feeding healing can be useful, but also can damage. I'll go with the feeding right now. Ow. That hurt. Oh, did I hit Ramarin? Ramarin, stop. There we go. Ow. Vor. Let's keep moving, boys. Or maybe not Ramarin, thank you. Nope. Okay. Can I please get through? I will fucking hit you. Do you think this is a joke? I'm out to eat the flesh of my enemies. Hey, bud. Oh, you're a high elf, aren't you? Yeah, well. I guess that's what happens when you get vored. It's really quick save. I haven't done that in a while. No. I don't know what you would cause to think. Dragon Soul absorbed. Great to know. Yum. That's what I call a lot of damage. Why don't you have my skin? It's a cool looking book. Jump, thank you. Next time, we'll continue. Thank you all for watching.